Hello, my name is Lawley and today I wanted to finish off this sketch with you guys. These are all fish tins by this brand that I am not even going to attempt to pronounce, but I was introduced to these recently and I think they're the cutest thing in the world. So I really wanted to do a whole spread dedicated to these tins. And so it probably took me like 2 days to sketch these out, I'm not gonna lie. The larger sketchbook is definitely, it takes more time. You would not think that such a small increase in size would be so ridiculously much more time consuming. I think that was English, but it is, and I'm frustrated. But this sketch is finally done and I was really unsure how I wanted to colour this one. I was leaning towards watercolours, but I've done a lot of watercolours recently, so I was trying to think what to do to shake it up, and then I remembered I have these. Normally for these kinds of videos I prefer to sketch something inspired by the art, however I think these are perfect for this. It is a 90 colours set of Artex acrylic markers, which they very kindly sent to me. I have used this is the 90B, it's falling apart. This is the 90B set, I believe. I've used the 90A set. So I already know I love these and I've tried some of these colours, I think. Yeah, like 30, 31, I think they're also in there. 53A, my beloved, 55A, also a beloved. I recognize like quite a lot of these colors, but there's also a bunch in here that I have not used before, which I'm really excited about. The box did get absolutely destroyed in shipping. Very upset about that, but to be fair, I think my postman hates me, so I'm not gonna blame Artex for that one. Ta-da! I already know these are gonna be great, so there's no concern about the quality. Oh my god, I haven't seen them like this kind of name before. That's new, that's cool. No concerns about the quality of these. I'm just excited to try out all the different colors. I do want to swatch them. No swatch sheet. Oh, I don't want to swatch. Interesting. I don't want to swatch them straight in my sketchbook because I have this beautiful spread that I don't want to just stick swatch marks on. I could do it on the next spread, I guess. Or I could just get a blank piece of paper. Let's just swatch on some separate paper, I think. These are stickers as well, so you can stick them on your markers if you want to. I'm not making like a permanent swatch sheet because like I never did for my last set. It's just nice to see how the colors go down, at least for the first usage. So I'm just gonna do it on this marker paper, which is gonna hate me for using acrylic markers on it, but it's fine. I genuinely can't tell if anything's missing. It's like everything looks good to me here. Like you've got some good skin tones sketched about. Obviously you're not gonna get too dark colors because it just never happens with acrylic markers. It must be very difficult to create truly dark colors with them, because I don't think I've ever had a set where I've been truly impressed with the dark tones from any brand. Can't say I understand why that is. I'm no expert with these things, but I'm sure someone a hell of a lot smarter than me might be able to tell us in the comments. One thing I do want to slightly disclaim is that these will be making a comeback. In fact, this video might be delayed until after my other video, but I really want to use these markers for a fish painting tutorial. You guys have been asking and I've been teasing, so it needs to happen. I'll probably save this footage for after I post my fish tutorial. So I hope you all learned a lot. I hope you're obsessively painting fish on a daily basis now. You're welcome. I love Artex acrylic markers. I love this exact type of Artex acrylic markers. I have used these obsessively. I've had 2 sets before this one smaller set, which I had to finally retire after many years of using it. because everything was dead. I'd already soaked so much water into all of the nibs trying to revive them multiple times. They're dead, they're done so. And then I have the, what I believe is the 90A set, which a few colours are completely and utterly dry and dead and have nothing left, but other ones are fine. So I will continue using that set alongside my nice new one. But in case you haven't seen these before, yes you have, because you've watched my fish painting tutorial, I hope. Hope you liked it. This is what they look like. They're really nice, and don't take this as gospel, because Artex have not confirmed this to me, and I am too embarrassed to ask, but I've never had to shake these, ever. I've never felt it necessary to shake any of this range of Artex markers. The other ones, sure, but this one, I want to call them no shake, but then I might be wrong. Don't believe me on that. Don't listen to me. Go actually check like Artex's website or the product listing, or I don't know, speak to one of their team. They're so lovely. They're so lovely. If you're lazy like me and you hate shaking markers and you like using so many markers at one time that it actually gives you a bit of an arm ache and you feel like you've done an entire arm workout at the gym, and then by the time you've shaken all your markers you don't even feel like drawing anymore because your arm feels like it's about to fall off, get these. I love these. The painting process for these was so satisfying. Oh my god, I had so much fun. It took me a really long time, admittedly. This video is a lot of days of work combined together, but I think it was really worth it in the end. I was able to really experiment with using these markers in a few different ways, which is always just really fun. You know, I don't want to sit and scribble the exact same way over and over. I enjoy being able to blend things out with my finger or experiment with layering different tones on top of each other. And this was a really nice combination of trying to achieve a slightly more painterly style and then a bit more flat colouring for the tins. And that was just really satisfying to do. I love how these tomatoes came out. I think they look so juicy, they look so good. The red ones, I just stare at them all the time. I think they look delightful. They have a really good range of values, I think, as well in this set. I was able to shade things really well and like shift hues a little bit if there wasn't a dark enough tone, which always works really nicely. I definitely recommend that if you need to build up a little bit of contrast with your acrylic markers, but you don't actually have a darker colour than the one you're currently using. I just shimmy the hue a little bit and then it kind of gives the illusion of a shadow. But I don't know if it's just what I was drawing and this set happens to be the perfect set to draw fish tins. I did not struggle to find the exact colour for everything that I needed. This was the easiest colour match I've had to do for a really long time. It was so fun, it was so satisfying. Just any colour that I needed was immediately there. And that was really, really cool. I think it all came out so lovely. I really enjoy trying to keep a little bit of a limited palette, which is really hard to do when you have so many different parts of a drawing like this one that are super colourful. But by keeping track of which colours you've used, say for example for a yellow tone, then when another yellow tone pops up, you can use the same one again, and that kind of just helps to give everything a sense of harmony. So I had a lot of fun sort of deciding what my yellow tones were, what reds I was going to use, which blues, but making sure that I wasn't altering any of the colours too much. These tomatoes in the sardine tin were my favourite part because I'd just gone from painting these tomatoes in the background, you know, using my finger to blur the lines, really putting attention to them, and then this was like a paint by numbers. It was so satisfying to do. Really enjoyed that. And because of the style of the nib, you can do little details like this quite easily. It is a really good brush nib that they use. I find that when I've been using the set for a really long time, it does get very smushed. But you can also like dip the nib into water and revive it a little bit, which helps once your markers are a little bit on the smushed, drier side, if you need to get some fine details with them. But for a first use like this, it's so easy to just get all of the little details you need. Something that's maybe a little bit controversial that I really enjoy about Artex markers is I find them to be a little bit less inky than a lot of other acrylic markers on the market. I know for a lot of people they might think the inkier the better, and I think that's true with some art supplies. But for me, I think I found that I prefer an acrylic marker with a little bit more control. So if my marker's just pouring ink out onto the paper and I can't get those fine details because too much ink is coming out of the nib every time I try to draw, it doesn't really work for me. Whereas Artex markers are a little bit drier than your conventional acrylic marker, at least this style. Maybe not so much for the ones you shake, and maybe it is the shaking that just gets the ink to just onto your page. But with these ones, I have so much more control over how much ink is coming out and I can layer properly. I find this so much easier to use than a lot of the markers out there that are just super juicy. You draw and immediately everything's covered. You try to do a fine line and no, here's a couple blobs of ink as well in there. It's hard for me. I don't know if maybe I'm just stupid because a lot of people do really praise acrylic markers for being super juicy. And I think it's fun to work with, don't get me wrong, because you're using different tools as well to help, like smudging with your finger or using a paintbrush to get the finer details. But if I just want to sit down and make an illustration completely with acrylic markers, I need to have more control for that. And this is the perfect style of acrylic marker to do that, I think. I also just think it's really funny how much time I spend drawing tinned fish, considering I don't eat fish or any animal. I just think that's actually getting a bit ridiculous at this point. Someone go buy these fish tins and tell me if they taste as good as they look, because I think the packaging is glorious. Why do they save like the best packaging ever for fish tins? Why can't I get like a tin of beans or something with this much love in the packaging? Why is it reserved for fish? I don't think that's fair. I would like to be able to purchase these tins and have a use for them. Do you think they're safe for my cat? Do you think if I bought my cat a tin of these sardines, that would be okay? I don't think they do just plain ones. She can have a little bit of tomato sauce as a treat. I also just want to like quickly apologize for how much uploads are going to slow down for a little bit. I have a few videos that are in the process of being made or that I have lined up, but I am so busy right now. It's all good stuff. I'm doing my first like little local market style thing, and I'm really excited about it, but it's so much work. Which just leaves me with like very little time to actually draw and record. I'm trying my best though. I'm trying to get done what I can, but please excuse the spotty schedule definitely for a while. Saying that though, I think my next video will be out almost immediately after this one, so it's just gonna be inconsistent. I'll do my best. Please be patient with me. Draw some fish in my honor while I'm gone. And here's my cat, as always. She just wants to be involved with everything. This is a task that requires absolutely 0 cats, but don't tell her that. I think that's pretty much everything that I've got to say at this current moment, so I'm just gonna let you listen to the music and enjoy the rest of my process in peace. And I'll see you back again for the end of the video. finished illustration. I am super happy with it. It took me maybe 4 days. It's been a long one, but I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with the more realistic textures I was able to get versus the more flat textures. As you can see, I'm covered in paint, but it was worth it. I'm really happy with this spread. I think it looks so lovely. These are such incredible markers. I will include a link in the description. If I get given a discount code or they tell me there's a sale, I'll include that information too. So definitely check out the description. Check out Artex markers if you haven't already. You are missing out. A massive thank you to Arrtx for sending me these. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day / afternoon / whatever. Love you, bye!